Hello everyone! Today we are continuing on with learning how to write a kenning poem. The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to read you a kenning poem about an animal and you have to guess which animal the poem is about. Okay, listen very carefully. Meat eater, forest dweller, paw licker, night mover, moon howler. What animal do you think this poem is about? I'll read it one more time. Meat eater, forest dweller, paw licker, night mover, moon howler. What animal do you think it's about? It's a wolf! Which bit of the poem gave it away? I think the moon howler bit is a pretty big clue. Today, we are going to be learning how to change a verb, a doing word, into a noun. We can actually change the words. Here is a sentence. Miss Rooney teaches. Miss Rooney teaches. Which word in this sentence is the doing word? It's teaches. Teaches is what Miss Rooney does. Now, we can actually change the word teaches to be a noun. What is Miss Rooney? Miss Rooney is a teacher. So we have changed the word teaches to teacher. Let's try another one. Mr. Phillips sings. Sings is the verb. That is what Mr. Phillips does. It's the doing word. Now, what is Mr. Phillips? Mr. Phillips is a singer. Mr. Phillips is a singer. Singer is the noun. It is the person word. It's a pop word. The kangaroo jumps. Jumps is the verb. It tells us what the kangaroo does. Now, this one's a little bit tricky. The kangaroo is a jumper. So we've changed the word jumps to jumper. Jumper is the noun, the pop word. The fox pounces. What does a fox do? The fox pounces. What is the fox? The fox is a pouncer. So we've changed the word pounces to pouncer. In the next bit, we're going to look at how exactly you change a verb to a noun. So what do we need to do to change the verb to a noun? Let's look at this word, sings. Sings is the verb and we want to change it to a noun. Let's think of the Mr. Phillips example. Mr. Phillips sings. Mr. Phillips is a singer. So we've changed sings to singer. Singer is the noun. Jumps, that was the kangaroo example. The kangaroo jumps. The kangaroo is a jumper. So we've changed the verb, jumps, to a noun, jumper. Pounces. This was the fox example. The fox pounces. The fox is a pouncer. So what do you notice with the blue words, with the nouns? What do you notice about the end of each word? We're going to look at the next slide because it will help us. Sings turns into singer. Jumps turns into jumper. Pounces turns into pouncer. So what do we do? What do we add to the end of the word? We add ER. In the next part of the video, we are going to learn how to draw this penguin. Part of the video, we're going to draw a penguin and we're going to write some sentences about this penguin. For this part of the lesson, you are going to need some paper, a pencil, and a rubber. When you finish drawing your penguin, you will need a black colouring pencil or a black pen to colour in the black parts of your penguin. It may be an orange colouring pen as well. I'm going to do the drawing in pencil, then I'll go over it in black felt tip so it's really clear for you to see. So you're going to get your paper and we're going to draw the penguin in the middle. We don't want it to be too big because we want there to be space around the penguin for us to do our writing, okay? So the first thing we're going to do are the eyes. You need to draw 2 circles. So I'm going to draw 2 circles and then you're going to copy me. So it's about this size. I'll do it in black pen straight after so it's really clear for you. So 2 circles like this. Okay, so now it's your turn. If you feel like I'm going too fast, you can always pause the video so you can catch up. So 2 circles. The next step, we have to draw his pupils. That's the black bits inside. So you're going to draw 2 smaller circles inside, and we're going to draw them so that it looks like he's looking towards his beak. So the circles are going to be on the inside, just like that. Again, I'm going to do black pen so you can see really clearly. And then we want it to look like his eyes are really shiny. Now to do that, you have to draw a little baby circle on the top left corner and another baby circle on the top left corner of that one. Now my pen is a little bit too thick, so it hasn't turned out the way I wanted it to. Then you're going to color in this bit. Oh no, it didn't work out. It should actually have 2 white bits. Let me zoom in so I can show you. So here, where I'm pointing my pencil, you should actually have a white part where you're not going to color it in. Okay, my pen was a bit thick and so it didn't work the way I wanted it to. I might get a white pen afterwards to make the white bits. Okay, so we've got the eyes. The next bit is to do the beak. So we're going to do an upside down U shape. So kind of like that. I'm going to make that shape. Over in black pen. That shape. And then to connect these 2 bits, you're not going to do a straight line. It's going to be slightly curved. Slightly curved. If I zoom in, you can see. So that's the top bit of his beak. Then we're going to do another curve like that. So that is our penguin's beak. This is the top bit of his beak and the bottom bit of his beak. The next step is we're going to do the top of his head. So I'm going to do 2 dots next to his eyes. I'm going to do a dot here and a dot here. Okay, so 2 dots. And I'm going to draw a curve to connect those dots, and that is going to be the top of our penguin's head. I'm going to do it in pencil because if I don't like the shape, I'm going to rub it out. So curved line, like that. There we go. I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to connect, I'm going to draw over top of it in black. A little bit messy, but that's okay. So there's the top of our penguin's head. Now we want to do the bottom of his face. Now he's a bit of a chubby penguin, so we're going to make the bottom bit bulge out a little bit. I want you to put a dot, maybe about 1 finger space from the bottom of his beak. Put a dot there, because that's going to be the bottom of his chin. Then we want this curved line to bulge out a little bit, so watch very carefully. And then you're going to make yours look the same. You've got a bit chubby face. So there's my shape. If you're not too happy with it the first time, you can rub it out and try again. So then you're going to connect sorry, you're gonna draw your curve like that. It's a little bit lopsided, but that's okay. So this is our penguin's face. Now we need to do the stripe that goes up from his beak, okay? So we're gonna do 2 dots at the top of his beak, like that. See if you can zoom in and see a bit better. See, I've done 2 dots there, because that's where I want my curves to go. So 2 dots there. Then I'm also gonna do a dot here and a dot here, okay? So it's kind of like where his eyes are. Dots there and dots there. And then I'm gonna draw curved lines to connect the dots together. So it's gonna look like he's got a stripe on his forehead that connects to his beak. I'm gonna go over in pen. Oops, not on the screen. There we go. So there's our penguin's face. Now we need to do the penguin's body. So this is going to be an oval shape. So we're going to start here. You can draw your dots there. Then we're going to go, we don't want to go all the way to the bottom because we need to save room for his feet. So maybe leave 3 finger spaces maybe from the bottom of your piece of paper and draw a dot. And then we're going to make him chubby. So he's going to go, his body's going to bulge out a bit. There's my penguin's body. There's his body. And penguins always have a white belly. So we have to do the same shape, but just a bit smaller on the inside. So same shape, like that. Do it in pen so you can see. So that's his white belly. Now we need to do his arms. His arms are going to come out from where the face joins the body. So we'll do this side first, and it's going to be kind of like a curved line, like that. And then it's going to connect with the side of his body, but I don't want it to be too pointy, so slightly rounded. Let me do a baby C, a baby curly C, like that. And then I'm going to connect that C to the body like that. Then we'll do the same thing on this side. I want it to be about the same size, so I'm going to measure with my fingers. So that's about 2 finger spaces. And I want it to be 2 finger spaces on that side. I'm going to use my pencil to do a dot. Curved line, like that. This time we can't do a curly C, because then it'll be facing the wrong way. So we do a backwards curly C, like that. And we'll connect it to his body. So there are his wings. Now we have to do his feet. So we'll use the same oval shape, starting about here, and they're just going to be 2 ovals like that. 1, 2. 1, 2. And then 2 lines for his toes. And there we go. There is our penguin. So what you need to do now is color him in. So black body and black wings. This bit should be white here. Orange beak and his orange feet. Some penguins actually have black feet. Depends on what species of penguin. So there's our penguin. Once you have finished drawing and coloring your penguin, press play on the video again, because we're going to be writing sentences about our little guy. Here is my finished colored in penguin. The next step is for us to write sentences about the penguin around him. I have got a ruler just so I can draw a line so my writing won't get too wonky. So I'm going to draw a line, oops, I'm going to draw a line here. And I want us to come up with a sentence about what the penguin eats. What do penguins eat? They eat fish. So I'm going to start my sentence with it. It eats. Now, do you remember what kind of word eats is? Is it a verb or a noun? It's a verb. It's a doing word. So I'm going to put it in green. Oops. It eats fish. And fish is the noun. So that is going to be in blue. I'm going to put it here. It eats fish. Full stop. Let's come up with another sentence. Let's write a sentence about how it moves. How does a penguin move? Have you ever seen videos of them? They're not very graceful. I think they waddle. So it waddles. It waddles. Waddles is the verb. So I'm going to use a green pen. It waddles. It waddles. Where does it waddle? It waddles on the land. It waddles on ice. It waddles on, what do you think? You can write whatever you want. It waddles on, I'm going to choose ice. And ice is my noun, so it's going to be in blue. So far we have two sentences. It eats fish. It waddles on ice. How do they move from one place to another? So we've got they waddle on ice, and they also swim in the ocean. So we're going to start with it again. It, and swims is our verb. It's our doing word, so it's going to go in green. It swims in the, we're just going to use a normal color. And I've run out of space. I'm not going to squash it in. I'm going to draw another line. It swims in the, and then ocean or sea. It swims in the sea. I'm going to use my blue pen because it's a noun. It eats fish. It waddles on ice. It swims in the sea. And let's do one more. I want to do it dives. It dives into the water. It dives into the water. That's a bit of a longer sentence. It dives. Wrong color. I need my green for verbs. It dives into the water. It dives into the water. So these are the 4 that we've just done together, but I think you guys can probably come up with a few more. So I challenge you to come up with 2 more sentences about penguins. I want you to start it with it, and then you need to have the verb next. So the green word comes after, just like we've done. Okay, so it eats fish. It waddles on ice. It swims in the sea. It dives into the water. So your challenge now is to come up with 2 more sentences about penguins.